to Morocco.
Oh, well, good morning. When you are staying in Marrakesh, one of the things you normally will do if you really want to go through the whole touristy experience is you want to stay in a riad. And what riads are just these kind of special houses or kind of hotel slash houses that have a full-on courtyard in the middle. Normally, from my experience or seeing some of them, the riads will be able to 3 floors. And then in the middle, there will be either a pool or maybe a pool and a table. We are cheap, so we have just the table. But one of the really cool things about riads, for some of them, you'll have somebody that will cook you breakfast, and that's what's happening this morning. I think it's ready. I can smell the aromas from downstairs. So yeah, let's go downstairs and try some of this food out. I wish I did a bit more of my research on what some of this stuff is, but I think it's fairly, I guess, yeah, I don't know what this is. So I think you just have some bread, just a whole bunch of jams, looks like some sugar potentially, and some hard-boiled eggs. I'm a big coffee drinker, but here it's all about the tea. So let's start with the tea. And one thing I do know in Morocco is you have to pour the tea a specific way. So this normally, I think it could be mint tea, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, what you're supposed to do is to froth it, or what you want to do is to froth it. So to froth it, you're gonna start from low and then go all the way high. Started from the bottom, now we're here. You see what I'm getting at? Okay, so let's start it off. And you just pour it right up. There you go. That wasn't too bad, right? Okay, perfect. Let's do another one. Let's do a little bit quicker with that one. Raw. Killing this. There you go. Now the drippage here, not my fault. Oh yeah, just a little bit of sweetness. Just perfect way to start everything. Get a bit of this flatbread here. Maybe a bit too much butter. But it is Stephan and I, and that Frenchness in me is coming out here. Apricot jam, probably one of my favorite things to eat in the morning. Bread, it's kind of just a flatbread with many layers, but then for me, yeah, apricot jam and the butter. That is my childhood on this. Egg quality test. So let's see how good eggs are in Morocco. This is also extremely French. I love this. This is pretty much almost exactly what I would have for breakfast in France. The egg, a little bit more cooked than I'd like, but it's all good. That's an egg. A little pastry. Very simple, a little bit sweet, maybe a couple raisins in there. It's the perfect pairing to go with the tea. So our plan today, we've paired up with Moroccan Food Tours. We booked a tour just like a normal person would, and we're gonna see what they have to offer. The Medina is a very complex ecosystem, and a lot of it is geared towards tourists, but there are some little hidden gems in there, and that's why we have teamed up with Moroccan Food Tours to kind of show us some of those hidden gems and some of the street foods you can find in Morocco. And towards the end of the day, we're gonna do an IFTAR meal. It's the meal to break the fast for Ramadan. Normally happens around 7 or 8 p.m. But before all that, let's go eat some tagine. we've changed our plans a little bit. So our plan now is to go try this restaurant, which is all owned by women. But on the way here, we wanted to get some coffee, and our original plan was to just get coffee, and then we saw there's one dish we have to just try out. Oh, sorry, you caught me drinking this orange juice here. Yeah, so Moroccan oranges, also amazing, so we had to get some orange juice. Oh, so good. Fresh squeezed orange juice. You can find this pretty much anywhere in Morocco, almost any restaurant, any shop, any stall, and it's always gonna be delicious. So wherever you get it, just get it because it's really good. Coffee right here. Morocco, just like France, you can just ask for a coffee and it will normally be an espresso. You can ask for a café allongé, which is kind of like a double espresso, and that's always going to be good too. There you go. And of course, this guy right here. This is an omelet with what's called kli. What it is lamb that is dried. So I think this is a lamb version. A lamb that is dried with some spices, and then what they do is then they rehydrate it with some water, some oil, and some animal fat. And once they've done that, then they stew it longer in some more animal fat. So in this case, it should be lamb fat. I think you can keep it for about 2 years, so it's almost like a fermented / dried lamb in its own fat. It's one of the staple meats, especially for breakfast for Moroccan cooking. And normally you'll have it with eggs. You can either have it in an omelet form or with some eggs just normally, and of course you have some bread on the side, and look at that. And what I like too already are just the big bits of lamb, and normally this will be actually cooked in more lamb fat. So there you go, a little bit of that. Oh, you know what, let's just taste the lamb by itself to start though. Oh, it's like a fattier jerky. Oh, and the saltiness comes through after. And I don't know if you're supposed to do this, but I just love olive oil, so I have a little bit of olive oil on top, because you know, Moroccan olive oil also really good. There you go, just a little bit, just to kiss the top. So much flavor, the saltiness, and then fluffy eggs, and then you gotta chase it off with an olive. Moroccan olives, some of the best in the world. Overall, with that bread and a little bit of the chasers of olive oil, I think you're having a good meal. The bread. Next spot. So I read about this place on a couple of websites. It is a little bit higher end. Originally we were gonna get a fish tagine, but it seems like we've been convinced to get a lamb platter. So we're gonna get a lamb platter. Really beautiful setting, and actually one of the cool things about this restaurant is it's fully run by women. I'm still stunned by just how amazing and peaceful it is too. Merci.
Thank you.
Oh, we got 2 pastillas. So pastilla is just super traditional Moroccan appetizer. And what's really cool is there's a pigeon one. So yeah, let's go right into the pigeon. There's also a seafood one over here. This one should have multiple types of seafood. What's really cool is just the flakiness of it, and it's just kind of baked into this cake. So let's just cut right into that, and then reveal the soft, tender center. Look at that, perfect. And yeah, it just smells super aromatic. I can smell there's some, I think there might even be some, maybe cinnamon in there potentially. And this one I think will be a little bit on the sweet side. So we're gonna have some sweetness counterbalanced with the savoriness of the pigeon. The pigeon looks fairly grounded. And then, oh, there might be even be some raisins in there too. Oh wow, the sweetness right away. Yeah, some cinnamon in there. The pigeon is very, very ground up. Really not that salty actually, and I think there are some nuts in there. Oh, there you go. You got a bit of pigeon right here. Pigeon, always gonna be a little bit darker meat. And I think there might even be some, I wanna say, some kind of bulgur wheat or something inside of here too. Let's go on to this kind of saltier seafood one here. And this one is crispier already. And look at that. Oh, I think this one's a little bit more exciting for me. Look at that, all that seafood in there. I'm not exactly sure what kind of seafood is in there, but it should be maybe some squid, maybe some shrimp, maybe some sardines if we're lucky.
Nice, you like it?
That's very good. Yeah,
Good.
amazing. Perfect.
Thank you so much.
100%. I like this one way more. As much as I like the pigeon one, for me, I'm not a big sweets kind of guy. This is just the perfect amount of seafoodiness. I think there's some octopus in there that is just super tender, and then just a tomatoiness, the brininess, and then just perfectly salty, and then wrapped in that crispy kind of shell. Yeah, that's the one for me. 100% get this one. Seafood pastilla, I think it's fairly common. You'll see it in a lot of menus, but this one is very, very well done. This is the giant lamb platter for two, and she said it wasn't very big. Well, that was a lie. Massive kind of collar of lamb. Look at how tender that lamb is though. Kind of beautifully lacquered with a sauce, and then just a whole bunch of whole almonds. Comes with couscous, and of course some of your typical veggies that come on the side. Definitely gonna dip into this couscous because I have to. Couscous, the way you want your couscous is just fluffy and delicious, and this looks exactly like that. Oh, perfect. Oh, just on the side. And just because mom is watching and I gotta eat my vegetables, there you go. Just that, maybe a little bit of a carrot. And there you go. And of course, you can't forget a little bit of those vegetable drippings that are just gonna go on the top. That will make this dish automatically healthy. So, here you go. Ooh, very, very hot, of course. And yeah, let's just dig right into this lamb. Oh man, look at that. It's like mixed in with a whole bunch of fat. No, just lamb fat with some couscous. Now, this is their specialty dish. It could be because it's also their most expensive dish. So maybe that's why they're pushing this on us, but it's all good. Let's go there with some couscous right over here. And then some lamb. Let's go. Oh yeah. That lamb is just buttery soft, very mild flavored, and then that kind of crispy edge. Yeah, the crispy edge is beautiful too. Couscous, fluffy, amazing as usual. Yeah, and then of course zucchini on the side. And honestly, that zucchini, amazingly good too. If you're vegetarian, I would really highly recommend kind of like a veggie couscous. The veggies here are just of great quality. And yeah, that, I mean, even something as simple as the zucchini is just so delicious. And wow. But of course, for us meat eaters, it's all about the lamb. And of course, the couscous. And then a background of acoustic guitar. You get it? Couscous, acoustic. I'll stop. Okay, let's continue. Now, that extra tenderness when it just comes right off the bone. That lamb just separating from the bone right there. Oh, look at that. Oh, yes, perfect. Let's get a bit of this almond in there too. A little bit more of the almond. A little bit more of the couscous. And of course, when you can get the bite with that almond, it just completes the whole experience. The almond, so flavorful. It is a little bit on the pricey side, so it is going to be, it's going up to about $50, which for Morocco is very expensive, but I think because of the whole atmosphere and of course the neighborhood that you are in, I think it does warrant, I guess, that price. But you know, I think the quality is there, and that it's a very, very hefty serving. You can just tell all these dishes are made with such carrot. We'll keep on eating our lamb, and then tonight we're gonna have an epic tour of the Medina, of course, with Moroccan food tours. So super excited to do that. We'll go there right now. Very good. Here we are in the main square, and we have actually joined Moroccan food tours. So we've kind of talked to them a little bit. Now, since it is still Ramadan, we're going to be just kind of looking at some stalls. We're not going to eat quite yet, but what they have prepared for us is a special Ramadan IFTAR meal. So that is breaking the fast. So we're just leaving the kind of crazy square right now, and then we're just gonna kind of walk. Looks like there's about 6 people in our tour. So we just kind of booked it normally, and then yeah, we'll see what's happening. But I'm really excited for that IFTAR tour, or the IFTAR dinner. Here we are at the first spot over here with olives. So yeah, let's just go take a look.
I'm gonna talk to you about the olives in Moroccan culture, or Moroccan cuisine. Olives in Morocco are known to be a side dish. Whenever you're waiting for the main dish to come, you will get a side dish that could be a salad or could be olives. We take them actually and preserve them with different spices, which gives us different tastes. This is olives with parsley, preserved lemon, olive oil. The second one, this one is with green olives with thyme, bay leaf, garlic, and olive oil. This is the third one, guys. This one is dark olives with thyme and olive oil. It's very, very tasty. You're gonna find this kind of naturally sweet. This is the last one. This is olives with harissa. Harissa is Moroccan spicy sauce.
Oh, I can taste it.
You can taste the spiciness, right? And it's with preserved lemon too, so it's not that spicy.
That's the best one. The harissa one?
This is one of the secrets of the Moroccan cuisine also. This is the preserved lemon. It's used in so many dishes. Also here they pickle everything.
He's making a tagine right now, you can see. Because we can't eat. You're invited.
Oh, okay.
It's gonna be ready in here to 7 hours.
Already a very good start with Moroccan food tours. Morocco, probably my favorite country for olives. Just so many flavors and everything's just absolutely amazing. Let's continue because things are starting to heat up, and my mouth is too actually. Yeah, that harissa is still in there.
We're going to try one of the most famous Moroccan pastries. As you can see, there's a lot of types of pastries. There is peanut-based, almond-based, date-based, pistachio-based pastries.
I think it's a real fun.
You find sometimes bees inside.
Oh yeah. Oh.
If there are bees inside, that means it's really good. Why? Unlike flies. Flies goes on what is bad. Bees goes on whatever is sweet and tasty. Yes, that's so. If you find bees surrounding you, you're a sweet person. Wink, wink.
That's the lucky, like the cookie.
Like the cookie, yeah.
There is nothing inside.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. You know how to eat. That's good.
It's like a delicious rosewater ravioli.
Toujours non. Toujours non. Sardines is something really famous in Morocco. We consume a lot. We are the first exporters of sardines in the world. So we consume a lot of sardines, very tasty, very nutritious, and cheap in this country because we have the Atlantic Ocean. We catch very, very much. So what do? We take here sardines and deep fry them. We take 2 sardines, put the spices on each side, and then we stick them together, then deep fry them.
Welcome.
Thank you.
صافي الله زيد ندور بعد. صافي.
Take your right side, please. Watch out. Gonna be famous. We get a lot of Instagram followers.
أبغى مولاي. Welcome to Marrakesh.
get the sizzle on those.
Ez fish. Sardine. Allah zed. هذا ما نصرف ايش؟ يا زيت وبرجيل فلفل زيت شيف
Finally, after watching this for 10 minutes and salivating completely, I can finally try this epic sardine sandwich. So we actually tried this yesterday in multiple forms. We actually tried the fried sardine with just the pepper, and we absolutely adored that. We didn't film it, we actually just had a little excerpt, and then we tried another sandwich which had too much bread. This bread just looks like it's fairly thin, so you're not going to taste too much of it. And then just the epic sardine. I love the addition of the French fries. My favorite move is actually putting that roasted green pepper on there too. Oh, let's give it a shot.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. Oh, just perfectly fried, amazingly crispy. You get that nice briny fishiness from the sardine. The fries are a nice crispy addition. And you know what? For me, the only thing missing is the harissa we just tried earlier. On there, that would be just absolutely amazing.
This is also one of my favorite.
Wow. Oh, wow. Okay, spicy. Thank you. Let's try with a little bit of the harissa powder.
This is like a hidden gem, you see?
That makes a nice spicy difference. Yeah, amazing.
This time you see a lot of, for me, good picture time, huh? Model, huh? You will close it now. Really good. Like with this bar, it's crazy how. I'm not a thief, I swear. كلاشينا ما بس تحليها وتاني من الخير. When we thought we want to do this, we didn't find anybody more suitable than Fatima. Fatima is a very nice and sweet person, very skillful when she makes her food, and especially the harira. We know because that's one of the basic, most important stuff we need in the iftar table, which is harira. We know Fatima is the best. The first thing we do, we fasters, we go for a date that you will find right next to you. Go for a date, please, right there. Yeah, there's one there. Then we say Bismillah.
Bismillah.
We say actually even a chant. There's a chant that we say. And Bismillah means in the name of God we start. That's what we say whenever we start eating. But we say another chant. Listen. Bismillah, Allahumma laka samt wa ala rizqika aftart, dhahaba at-tama'u wa ibtalat al-uruq wa thabat al-ajr inshallah. Now it's your turn, guys. Enjoy. Thank you. Bismillah. So, what is harira? Harira is the most famous soup in Morocco. What does it has? It's tomato-based soup with lentils, chickpeas, small noodles, and parsley, and then the spices.
Oh, the chickpea has a bit of texture, so it's a little bit crunchy, very thick, a little bit tomatoey, but yeah, very mild soup, but it's just super comforting, very delicious. This soup is meant to be paired, I guess, with this. This is kind of like a honey pastry, very, very sticky. And also what I noticed is there is a little bit of beef in there too. So at the end there are chunks of beef. And yeah, very cool kind of combination with the sweet and the salty.
it's not spicy, it's not hot spicy, but there's nevertheless there's some.
Oh wow, that's just saturated in honey. Yeah, honey and maybe a little bit of rose water. But yeah, very crumbly. As soon as you bite into it, it kind of just crumbles and melts in your mouth. It's almost like a honey sandstone. Look.
Yeah, hot. Yes.
This is called slilo, and pretty much it's just a whole bunch of nuts and spices, and then it's mixed with butter and olive oil, and apparently it takes a very long time to make. So it's almost like a peanut butter, and then it's normally served with tea. But yeah, you can tell the texture is just kind of very nutty, kind of maybe potentially very crunchy. It's a lot like peanut butter with kind of an extra crunch, lots of seeds, and then of course with the tea. Oh yeah, that's the combination. And then the tea kind of smooths it down a little bit. See, this is two things we had this morning kind of mixed in a pancake. So yeah, we got the, what is it? It's called Msemen. Okay.
All handmade.
Perfect. And then we have the khlia, which I've been saying wrong the whole time. Khlia obviously is the kind of fermented beef. So like I said, you can use beef or lamb, and then you can keep it for a very long time. But I'm really excited to try the combination of the two. This looks epic. Look at the flakiness of this too. A little like the greasiness too. And then you're supposed to actually dip it in this over here, which is called Moroccan Nutella. What's it called too?
Amelou.
Amelou. Okay, perfect. Oh, almonds, honey, and argan oil. Oh, wow. Oh! Ooh.
You know it's good when it does that.
Oh yeah. That combination of that kind of cured jerky-ish meat with the kind of creamy nuttiness. And that's such an interesting combination, but it really does work. This is called batbout. So inside, I think it's just inside a little bread, almost like a little sandwich. Some sausage inside, some peppers, and that's very simple actually. But yeah, there you go. Cute little sandwich. Let's try it out. That sausage is so good. Sausage, nicely spiced. Then just those peppers in there, and then I love that kind of bread, just a little bit thin, and it's kind of soaked up all that sauce. So you can tell, look at the ring of sauce just making its way through the bread. If you left this maybe a little bit longer, you'd probably see that sauce on this side. Next, Moroccan pizza. There you go, Moroccan pizza. You have some tuna and maybe some cheese. Not quite sure. Yeah, maybe a little bit of cheese. Okay, let's try it out. Yeah, that tuna, man. I love tuna on pizza. Absolutely amazing. A little bit of saltiness from the tuna. And then of course, I don't really taste the cheese. Actually, very simple. And I like the dough too. This one should have a kefta inside, so it should be like a kind of meatball. I think, right? Yeah. Yeah, okay, good. You see, a little bit of knowledge. And yeah, just super puff pastry-ish. Yeah, that's not an adjective, but it's fine. And then just on top, maybe a bit of cheese. Pretty doughy, but then inside I'm just getting a little bit of that kefta. The meat is a little bit seasoned. What's really kind of interesting and kind of funny is the grated emmental on top, which is kind of a little bit of like a French/Swiss twist.
Okay guys, ready?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, Bismillah.
Oh.
Voila! It's for the bread.
Yeah.
In Morocco, the host
Beautiful, isn't it?
will cut the bread for the guests.
Beef tagine, I think, with some prunes and then some deep fried almonds on top. Got this bread. You do not want to use your utensils because utensils suck. And I'm saying this as a Frenchman, where French people love to use like 20 utensils. So, so let's go right into here. Some beef. Look at that. Oh, just kind of crumble it. Try to. Oh no. Okay, that's a giant. that's too much, but it's okay. So, actually, this is a bone, I think. Oh, the prune on top. Okay, perfect.
It's a bone.
It is, yeah. Okay, so yeah, there's a bone in the middle. So I'm gonna. It seemed like a good idea, but there is a little bit of meat here, so I'm gonna try to grab this meat and the prune, and there we go. And I'll avoid the other part, maybe. Oh yeah, and get a little bit on this side too. Look at that. Oh wait.
You try the prunes?
Oh wow. You know what? Yeah, I did grab a bone, but what a bite. Oh, because there's just that fat on the side. And it just melts in your mouth. The sweetness from that prune is outstanding, and it kind of perfumes the whole dish and the beef. So the beef has a nice kind of pruny taste to it, and then of course the bread soaking up all that sauce. Like I said, beef just epically tender, fatty, and then the prune, the sweetness on top of that, and then it's just the kind of gravy that envelops the whole dish.
Minty, talking, and nibbling a bit on the pastries. It's that's the spirit. I love it.
No, ça fait chaud.
Cheers, everyone.
Cheers.
Anyways, that will be it for a video. Thank you so much for joining us, and also big thank you to Moroccan Food Tours. I have Mohammed, and of course I have Abdul over here.
Thank you so much,
And
Stephan.
yeah, definitely go check them out, because experiences like this are very hard to find in Marrakesh. Yeah, a lot of touristy stuff, but they will get you away from all of that, and they will show you the good foods and the good eats. So I'm super happy to have found them. Anyways, we'll see you super soon. Maybe, you never know, I'll come back. Yeah,
Marhaba, welcome.
Welcome. Anytime.
Shukran.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And I think that will be it. So I'll see you very soon. Ciao for now. All right.